Good to see you. Well, the inauguration, as we just talked about, now over. So what happens with all of the military personnel, the barriers, and the screenings? I spoke with the counterterrorism and security expert, Pete Iliadis. His team was providing assistance for today's inaugural festivities. Here's what he had to say.
Crisis breeds change sometimes. So I think you're going to see security protocols across the U.S. will be scrutinized on a greater level as they revolve around high-profile government buildings, to include the White House. I can promise you the security measures we have here are unprecedented, but the lessons learned from this inauguration will certainly shape future-like events in our country.
Now that the inauguration is over, some of the troops and law enforcement charged with protecting the Capitol will head home. 6,000 troops will remain on hand for the next 30 days to continue their security detail. Closed bridges like the Memorial and Roosevelt will reopen at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we'll begin to see some barriers ease as well. But things could change as law enforcement gathers information on threats to federal property and those responsible for running the government.
The biggest challenge that we should be worried about as a country is, at a time of transition of power, obviously America is on high alert. But the capitals in the United States is one concern that I have. Because as we draw resources from all over the United States to the D.C. area, we should be looking and worried, and I know law enforcement is, about a coordinated movement throughout our nation by both domestic and non-state actors. But we also, as law enforcement, we rely on the public so much. If you remember, after 9/11, we have the See Something, Say Something campaign going on. If they see something, call FBI.
So the security situation is always being monitored. Iliadis telling us that the paring down of barriers and law enforcement doesn't mean that the city is any less safe. Adam?